Back in the studio. Good Friday morning. What a beautiful Friday morning, Brother Paul. We are excited to be back in the studio once again, sharing more great information with you as it relates to real estate and solar power energy. That's right. We're working together with solar power energy. Our show today is dedicated to firing your landlord and serving the eviction notice, the movement. Firing your landlord and serving the eviction notice to your landlord. We call that the movement. That's right, Greg DeVille. We are starting a movement. I want you all to remember, this is now the time to have, and shout out to the Wake Up Squad, man. What a beautiful job. They are doing a wonderful job. They are everywhere. I tell you, this past week, I've seen them at almost looks like every event. My goodness, it's been wonderful. We want to talk about firing your landlord because many of you have been renting way too long. Now we've been on radio here at Power 88, the People Station, for now 8 years. That's right. We've been here 3 days a week sharing great information with you to help you get into homeownership, even with no money down. Now, many of you have gotten into homeownership, but maybe now you're having some issues. Maybe you're upside down with making your payments. Maybe you're behind. Maybe you're in default. If that's you today, get a pen, tell a friend. Greg DeVille got a help for you today. 702-349-0162. 702-349-0162. Greg DeVille, DeVille Realty Group, the name you need to know right here in the Valley. Largest black-owned real estate firm in the state of Nevada. And we are proud to have made the mark. That's right. We have made the mark. We'll continue to do what we do, and we want to make sure that we're including you in it. Every second Saturday of every month, as many of you know or may not know, we're offering a home buyer education every second Saturday of every month. That's been going on for the last 6 years. Many have come around and tried to start one, and it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you, the longevity of what we've been doing has helped countless numbers of families. We want to continue doing what we're doing. We don't want to stop now. We've helped too many. What they say, we've come too far to turn back now. We can't turn back now. 702-349-0162, Greg DeVille, DeVille Realty Group. We are here to help. Now, when I talk about firing your landlord, I'm saying to you, I want you to make a bold declaration. And I want you to say to yourself, I'm not going to keep paying into someone else's wealth. Many times people are paying into someone else's wealth and you don't realize it. I'm here to bring attention, awareness to the fact you are paying into someone else's wealth every month that you pay lease or rent. So you've got to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. It's time to have your own. If money down is the problem, I got you, baby. That's right. I got you. We've got up to $30,000. We've got to use it or lose it. That's why the home buyer education course has been established. The past 6 years, DeVille Realty has been sponsoring the CPLC home buyer education. Get your young people, get your family, get your cousin, get Keisha and them, get Ray, tell them they need to come. They got a job. They need to get their certificate. It's good for up to a year. With that being said, take the opportunity to work on your credit if that's a problem. Now, many of you, you've got to stop shopping. You've got high debt ratios. You know, I'm here to break it real to you, right? Keep it 100. So all that shopping, buying all that Michael Kors and all that stuff, Mike ain't paying nothing in my community. You looking Gucci down to the socks, but you're paying to rent someone's property. I want to see you, and I'm going to help you. If it's credit, we've got creditors on standby to help take your call, get you set up where you need to be, get you in position where you need to be into home ownership. That's right. Greg DeVille, live on the radio right here at the People Station, Power 88. This is what we do. We have a platform, and thank God for Power 88, man, and the EOB for giving us this platform that we can help countless numbers of people and people that tell others. And let me pause here to thank the many of you that has given referrals. I'm telling you, you have gotten so many referrals. And I'll tell you what, the advantage is that we want to help you. Now, if you call the office and you haven't gotten a call, it's probably because you haven't checked your messages. So, check your messages. Make sure you're looking at your messages because we can't text from our home office. So I can't text you. You don't check your messages. So if people are going to hate and make ugly texts, I tell you what, you believe God, then check your message. Okay. Too many times we hate on each other. You don't want to, do what you got to do. It's okay. Fine. Don't worry about it. What I realize is there are going to be people who's going to have a problem with, I don't care what you do. So it's all right. Don't worry about it. Good morning. Good morning, Kendra. Want to say good morning to many of you that are listening. You have been listening to us the past 8 years. Listen, someone just made a text that was very uncalled for. If you haven't checked your message and you go back, but you've already put the text out there. So it's okay. It's all right. Look, we're going to continue doing what we're doing. We're live on Facebook. Many of you we have helped. I want to thank you for the many referrals, for the many times that we have reached out and people have gotten their keys. Now, we're tying that in because we're finding, too, that the notice of default, many have gotten behind in their mortgage payments. And if you have, there's help. There's an answer. You have equity. You may have enough equity in your home, more than you really know about. So let me just help you understand, with the equity that's there, with the equity that's in your home, if you're in trouble and you could only use or tap into that equity, you could really get out of what you're in. But unfortunately, it's predicated on a FICO score. Is that right? The FICO score, very, very important. It helps you to either get those funds that are in equity that will, I'm telling you, many of you got enough equity would pay off everything you need to do. But because the FICO isn't a 660, 680 or better, you can't tap in. So how do you access those funds that are available? Well, what you have to do is you may have to sell that property to get that money. Now, once you get that 150, I've gotten families up to 400,000 in equity. Something's happened where they had to sell. Unfortunately, we have divorce, you have death, you have so many job loss, so many circumstances that has hindered people from keeping up sometimes, right? It's called life. Life happens. And so with that, sometimes we have to reposition ourselves. In our repositioning, here's what we do, is we take the upward road. The upward road would be to say, look, we'll sell the home, pay down some bills, we'll restructure ourselves. You'll have enough money within 6 months to a year, you could purchase again. Ask me how I know. We have helped countless families get a fresh start, a new beginning. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a freight train. It is really help. And we're at the end of that light for you. We're the ones that guide you. Now, again, if selling a home is the answer, I know you love your home. But if you keep in this vein and you can't catch up on those rears, you may lose your very home and the equity that's in your home. So why let that occur? Why let that happen when you got Greg DeVille, Team DeVille, DeVille Realty Group, coupled with some credit financiers that can help get that credit back on track, coupled with some great lenders who can get you back in. Now, remember, if you sell the home within 6 months to a year, in many cases, you only need a 580 credit score. You could put 60, 80,000 down on the next house, buying down the print. So you won't have to worry about, can I do it again? You absolutely positively surely can. If you follow the instructions, the lenders, the realtor, the DeVille Realty Group team gives you to do. This is what we do. Listen, we've been in this business long enough. I've been in real estate over 40 years. I've been a licensed agent since 2005. I'm telling you what, we have seen the highs and the lows of the industry. We have had to hang in there and just ride the storm of 08 and 9 and 10 and 12 and all those rough years. Praise God, we made it through. We're here. We were able to get a home again. That's right. We lost property. We lost real estate. But guess what? Today we're back. Today we're back. Today we have homes. Many have lost a home. If you lost a home, it's been longer than 3 years. Watch this. You're a first-time buyer all over again. So if this is your first time hearing the Greg DeVille Let's Talk Real Estate show, this show today is dedicated to firing your landlord. Don't sign another lease. Serve your landlord the eviction notice. And I say that because if you've been renting longer than 3 years, the FHA has declared anyone that has not owned a home in the last 3 years is considered a first-time home buyer. So if you've been renting longer than 3 years, it's time to serve the eviction to the landlord. It's time to relocate into home ownership once again. If you have not had a home before, it's time to do it again. When I say that, let's do it. 702-349-0162. Take a new start. Take a fresh beginning. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry because you had one before, and yes, you can do it again. Veterans, if you've owned a home and you say maybe you lost it during that era of short sale, foreclosure, deed in lieu, there is a new beginning. And yes, you can reinstate that DD 214. Yes, you can purchase a home once again using your VA benefits. I know they foreclosed or they may have short sold, whatever the case. Forgive yourself. Let's get back in the game. You can't win the game if you don't get in the game. I'm Greg DeVille, the broker owner at DeVille Realty Group, the largest black-owned real estate firm in the state of Nevada. This is what I do. I empower the community to get back in the game of homeownership, of creating wealth through equity. Now, you're going to have naysayers, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people who don't think you can do it. And again, in spite of all of that, God is blessing you. And you say, I'm waiting on the Lord. And God said, I'm waiting on you. I gave you Greg DeVille. Give him a call. Speak with him. Check your message. If you haven't heard back, check your message. We've probably made several attempts. You know, checking messages can just solve a whole lot of your anger. Just check your message. You know, and again, you can text me. Text me directly. You don't have to put a hater message on Facebook. Just text me directly. I'm giving you my direct number, 702-349-0162. I don't know what you think that's going to put let me tell you what, we've helped more people. One person fall through the cracks. Listen, more people have fallen through the cracks in other businesses. You're not posting that. But I tell you what, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to continue to move forward. We're going to press forward. We're going to press play. And look, I'm going to do this. So once you get, again, that contact number that you can text me directly. You don't have to hit me on Facebook. You can text me directly. My phone, I'm on the phone on Facebook, and it'll be live when I leave the show. 349-0162. Text me directly. We can talk about it. Whatever it is, if it's credit, if it's you want to talk about debt consolidation, you want to talk about getting a HELOC. I got some great lenders. The HELOC, where you can take funding, right, and buy another home just using the equity that's in your home. Kendra, are you aware of that? Good morning. Yes, you can take your home, the equity in your home, and use it to purchase another home. So if you get into our home buyer education class, you'll be glad you did. For the last 6 years, it has been going on right there at CPLC Bonanza and Maryland Parkway, right there in the old Silver Republic. It was a credit union building for one while. CPLC now owns it, which is a HUD agency that is funded through the government, which we can give you this money up to $30,000. You just have to qualify for it. So if you know you have family members, maybe you own a home, but you know, I want you this weekend, do 5 family and friends a favor. Can we do that? Do them a favor. Give them my contact, 702-349-0162. Let's get together. Let's get them set up. Because this money, if we don't use it, we lose it. So if you know 5 people, just text them to my phone, and I'll tell you what, we'll contact them, say, hey, look, we'll give you the credit. Say, we got your number from whomever. Say, look, we want to get you into home ownership with no money down. And then once you get into home ownership, then I have DeVille Solar Marketing Group. I put solar on my home. I'm at $200 a month for 25 years. I fired NV Energy. So today we're talking about firing your landlord, and I fired NV Energy. This year, I want you to watch your power bill. Just in the summer, before my solar got connected, my bill on the winter was I have a 6-bedroom, 3,000 square foot home. But watch this. My bill was an average about 180, 185 during the winter months. I got a bill for 410, and it wasn't because I used more energy. In fact, I didn't even turn on the AC. I didn't even turn on things like I would normally do, right? 410 from 185. The increase of NV Energy since 2021 has gone up 54.2% with NV Energy. Now, if you want to stop the madness, like landlords go up on rent, NV Energy goes up, we're going to fire the landlord. I'm going to get your keys to the home with no money down. Then you're going to fire NV Energy and get this no money down solar program that I'm on, that I'm telling you, I'm so glad I did. I don't have to guess and open up the power bill anymore. Like, oh God, what's it going to be now? And those of you that got it on auto pay, you don't realize what your power bill is because you don't see it. And I don't think sometimes it's easier to pay what you don't see, but you need to see what you're paying. You need to be able to see how much that increase. And just think, we're going into probably one of the hotter summers. The fact it's coming in so late, we may go up to 140 degrees. My God. But can you imagine how much work that's putting on our AC units? That's right. It's putting a lot of work on your AC units. So make sure that you're not putting that AC lower in the daytime than 78 or 79 degrees. 80 ideal. If you're not at home, 80 degrees, close the blinds, turn on the fans to keep the house cool. You're not there. The kids are there. They call you. They say, it's hot, mama. It's hot in here. Tell them to go outside for 20 minutes and go back in. And 80 degrees will feel good in comparison to 110. So I'm just telling you, if you want to save on that energy, but let's do this. Let's fire envy energy and let's get solar systems on our home. I am in the marketing for solar. We actually work with companies that do no upfront cost. Did I say that? Did I say that already? I'll say it again. No upfront cost for solar systems on your home. We just need to see what your power bill, kilowatt usage is determined on that, right? Now, you'll get a flat. You'll fire envy energy. You're not getting another bill. You're doing away with that up and down expense, that guesswork. How much energy did I use this month? And do we really know that they're honest with us? Do we really go compare the bill that they said we used? No, we just trust they read the bill correctly. They might add 3 kilowatts for the month. We don't know. Is there, maybe some of you are, pretty good at checking those. I don't necessarily know how to read those things. I just trust them, like many of you do. But let's do this. Let's start getting solar energy so that we can what? We can know our bill is, it's got a warranty on it, no upfront cost, 25-year warranty. You could do the extended warranty. You can put insurance on it. I'm telling you, if you got a swimming pool, that pump motor runs a long time. Now, you can put this solar on your home if you're thinking about getting a pool or if you're thinking about getting that Tesla. Remember, that's increased energy that you'll be using. So when we get this home solar, we're going to talk about the installation of the pool, the installation of possible getting a Tesla, right? So we can improve all of that on our solar energy. You'll be glad. I'm so happy about it. I'm the $200 a month, and I'm telling you, it's exciting to know. I don't care what usage. If I forgot to turn the air conditioner down, I don't have to worry about, I forgot. Oh my God, today's kilowatts are high. Listen, it doesn't matter. I just have to be careful to turn the AC up so that we're not putting more usage on the AC and the heat, because they'll break down, and those things may cost $7,000 to upward of $15,000. That's a new debt. So be careful, because you get solar doesn't mean just leave things on, especially the AC. Now, lights and things we don't care about that. But that AC unit, I'm telling you, those big ticket items are needing to be careful with, okay? So again, we've spoken about that solar. We've spoken about firing the landlord, serving the landlord an eviction notice. Now, for those of you that are landlords, I'm not speaking against landlords. I'm a landlord as well. What I'm speaking to is the person who's been in the house longer than 3 years. When the government says you're a first-time buyer, we'll give you up to $30,000. That's the sense I'm trying to make of this. Is you'll get another tenant, Mr. Landlord. Again, don't take it wrong. I'm a landlord too. But I want to educate the community that everyone should be creating wealth through equity. Renting should be a Band-Aid. No one should ever rent for longer than 3 years. Ever. If you've been in that place, I've seen people rent for 10 years and then the landlord sells it. Where are they going to go? Well, I only pay $900 a month. Yeah, but that's until he decides to sell or he decides to go up for no cause. Landlords go up for no cause. They go out and buy a new car. The payment is $600. They go up $300. So they're really just paying $300. You've been paying people's homes and cars and insurance. It's time to have your own. It's time to create your own wealth through equity. If you don't own the spot where you lay your head, then it's time to do that. It's time to own the space of where you lie your head. 702-349-0162. That is my direct sale. If you have an issue with anything, call me the broker. You don't have to call my team. You don't have to tell nobody. Call me directly. I'd love to speak with you for whatever the matter might be. 702-349-0162. You can text me if you're not willing to face me. You can text me. Let's talk about it. It's okay. Some slip through the crack. I realize That's one of the reasons I stopped the television commercial. I know many of you have seen our commercial ads, but one of the reasons is because it gets overwhelming that the team can't keep up. So sometimes your team just, let me tell you something. In business, Walmart has dropped the ball. I've had to take products back, items back, things just, you know what I mean? So if you get on here trying to hate somebody for not being able to reach out, reach back to them. It depends on how bad you want it, right? So at the end of the day, call me directly. I'd love to speak with you, 702-349-0162. Because if you have not owned a home, you currently do not, let me get you into one. If you got to sell your home, you want to get that equity out, we can sell the home, save the equity. If you got a foreclosure notice and you know you're more than 4 months behind. Now listen, 4 months sets the precedent for them to begin considering putting it on the auction block. That's 120 days. Now, typically you'll get a lot of mail coming in from the mortgage company. Then you'll get it coming in from the foreclosure department. Now, remember, because you've spoken with the mortgage company doesn't mean the foreclosure department knows that. So don't confuse the two different departments. The mortgage service provider, right? They provide the service for the mortgage. They're holding that note. You're paying that company, which may have changed since you purchased, right? However, the foreclosure department is a whole nother department, and you'll need to speak with them. So if you're trying to make that payment, reinstate that payment or get that forbearance, the government COVID-19 forbearance, listen, there are avenues to do that. Make sure, because the foreclosure department can foreclose, although you've been speaking to your service provider, which may be the bank. Okay, so just a piece of education there to help many of you. Don't be surprised. Read your mail. Open that mail. Because if there's a sale date, means, as your realtor, I can contact them on your third-party permission and do a postponement. Now, but you have to be on the market. You have to have your home up for sale already. You can't just get it postponed. Well, what's the reason? Well, again, home selling. That way you can get any equity that's due to you. Again, contact me free of charge. There's no upfront cost. Even in selling your home, there are no upfront costs. The commissions are negotiable, right? So we're across the board. We're on an even playing field, okay? And we want to make sure that we're helping you get everything possible to you, your equity in the home. So I want to speak to again, if you know someone losing their home and they're in trouble with their mortgage, have them contact me. Listen, we've helped countless numbers of families. Don't be embarrassed. Well, I don't want nobody in my business. Let me tell you something. When they foreclose, they're going to put a notice on the window that this home is foreclosed. At least if you sell it, nobody knows anything, right? We've helped hundreds of families sell a home pre-foreclosure. They take their equity, go rent for a little while, and then they call me back, say, hey, DeVille, it's 6 months. How do I look now? Okay, let's set you up with Roland. Let's set you up with one of the lenders, and let's get you set up, right? So that now, see where you are. Because remember, you only need one lender says 560 can get you back into home ownership. Now, you're a fresh start, a new beginning, and now you know how to balance things better. Right? Because maybe you own that home 5, 6, 7 years and things just happen, right? You were at a different place. I mean, because right now expenses are, gas is high, NV energy is high. That's why I'm talking about firing NV energy. Fire that landlord, fire NV energy, get this solar system that we're doing, DeVille Solar Marketing Group, as well as DeVille Realty Group. We're combining the two. I'm going to get your keys, help you to fire up the energy with solar so that your bill is equal across the board. You're going to be in a fixed rate with your mortgage. You're going to be in a fixed rate with your power. Those are the two most expensive home combined bills, is your power, and mortgage insurance isn't even that high as far as, getting house insurance. It's like $65, $70 a month. And shout out to Don Marquez for giving us all this great information about the insurance. So this is what we do. I want to empower you with education. Don't forget, sign up for the home buyer education. It's going to be the second Saturday in July, second Saturday, whatever date that falls. Just call the office. They'll give you the dates. The office that you want to call for home buyer education registration would be 702-515-4100. 702-515-4100. Contact the office. Get with them so that, okay, Robin, I hear you. Give us a call. Call me directly, 702 349-0162. That's my direct number, my direct sale that it will be turning on when I walk out of the studio. Contact me, text me. You can text me now. When I turn on the phone, it will definitely ring. Ding to me that you sent me a text. Deja, send me a text. Let's talk about whatever it is. No big deal. It's all good. Maybe you got property. It doesn't matter. I don't like to give attention to negative stuff, but I'm going to tell you, we address negativity. We do. As a minister of the gospel, we address it. So let's do this. Let's make sure that our contact is out there. If you need to email me, you can email DeVille Realty LV at gmail.com. DeVille Realty LV, like Las Vegas, at gmail.com. Now, go to our website, www.devillerealty.com, or you can join me on Facebook, as many are maybe on, even on right now. You could join me at Greg DeVille, or you can go to DeVille Realty on Facebook. Greg DeVille is my personal. If you want to be personal with me and you want to be able to deal directly with me, again, my direct contact, and that Facebook would be Greg DeVille. Greg DeVille's cell phone, 702-349-0162. Look, Brother Paul, the engineers told me I got to get out of here. I'm out of time, certainly not out of information. I want to continue to give you more. And if there's some questions you have, feel free to contact me again at 702-349-0162. All right? And I'll talk to you next week, Las Vegas. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend. Shout out to Lady AK, the comedy at Sin City tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And also there's some comedy going on with Devon Patterson over at the candy store, Sight and Sound Candy. That'll be going on tonight as well. So let's go over there. Let's get some laughs, and laughter's good for the soul. All right. So until I talk to you next week, have a great weekend. I love you. Take care, and may God's best be yours. All right, Las Vegas. I got to go, Brother Paul, and I got to get out of here. Don Marquez is next in the studio. I'll talk to you real soon. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that very much. Talk to you soon. Call me, 702-349-0162. Thanks.